Today's adventure brings me to a very rainy, overcast, dreary North Carolina morning. Corner of Mountain View Road and Wilkesboro Highway, turning off of Wilkesboro onto Mountain View to a town that, once I get a little closer to the downtown section, does not allow motor vehicles, only walking and or horses. The town was established in 1954 and chartered in the early 60s. The town of Love Valley, Cowboy capital here in North Carolina. I need to get my umbrella. It's wet. And as the recording of this, it is Thursday, February 3rd, 2022. And even though my windshield is dampened, the rain will not dampen my mood for a little Old West fun. I'm pretty excited about this. Up here just a ways, the paved road will end, and the goodness will begin. Yeah, I would imagine. That's right, I'm talking to you cows over there. I know you're trying to graze a little bit, or at least feed on some hay, but you must feel right at home adjacent to a cowboy town, a real life cowboy town. I see you down there. I see you down there, cow. I'm going the right way, correct? Am I going the right way? Just head this way? Keep going? Okay, cows. Have a good day, all right? I'll talk to you later. Here's some birds. Some owls. Speed limit 25 that direction. Where I am heading is right over here with the sign. It says, please leave our trails clean. Part of the Love Valley Horsemen's Association. And there is a big heart right here. Now I would imagine there will be a parking area up the way a bit before getting into the dirt trails of Love Valley. Andy Barker was the man to thank for this little community. He wanted to create a western town like those he had seen in the movies and on TV, the old western serials. In fact, this is Andy's hardware. He passed away 10 years ago. But his creation, his dream still lives on to this day. About a quarter of a mile up that way is where I'm going to be parking. This is a pretty good place to do the intro. And welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here. Not really sure why I need these on, but I'm inviting you to join me as I go into the Old West. Shall you? A list of rules, the town rules, or maybe it says Love Valley Town Rules. I think it's supposed to mean Love Valley Town Rules. $50 fine for littering. Garbage to be discarded in the correct places. No loose horses. No mistreatment. No running of horses within town limits. I did not bring my horse. Main Street is closed to motor vehicles. This is a real life frontier land. Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, those places. You can't ride a horse through there. Known as the Cowboy capital. Look at this, got an instrument. This wrought iron. Is that a possum upside down playing the banjo? This is the town hall right here with this grill in front of it. So I saw the sign right there, town hall. Just going down this very small descent into the valley. Going over to the parking area. Hello there. Are you a resident? I think that was a resident. It's a local. This is called Blacksmith Cove. See the sign right down there? Blacksmith Cove. Okay, I found the parking area. Right here. Precipitation has begun to fall again. I have this to shield me from the elements. Now right here, this little mud patch, the rain is creating quite a bit of mud, is the parking area, and no automobiles are allowed any further than this. So I am going to tread through here. My tennis shoes are probably going to get a little muddy. It's all part of the experience. Miss Kitty's has some vacancy. It's a bed and breakfast. Miss Kitty's. Just like the old Western show Gunsmoke. You could stay here if you so choose. You could stay in an old western town. Almost looks like a little bit of clay through here as well. That red clay. This is pretty dang cool. Does not really seem to be a beehive of activity out here by any means. Room and board. Look at that. That is so cool. There's Ted Williams promoting his root beer. Hello, partner. Oh, even got the porch swings over here. That's nice. It's a nice vibe. With the words across there, draping down, Love Valley. The Old West. This is about as Old West modern day as you can get. Again stated, no horses on boardwalk over here. No motorized vehicles on Main Street. I love that it's just called Main Street. And no open containers. A little bit of mud. I feel like that's just part of the vibe of how it would have been. The unpaved roads. There's that dog again. Dog has moved up here to the Main Street corridor. Got some firewood. Supposedly there are about 150 residents total. Okay, this has a little info. A cowboy and a cowgirl dream come true. Created by Andy and Eleonora Barker. Him and his wife. Is this a showdown on Main Street, dog? Okay, you turned away. I thought it was going to be one of those old Western movie moments where I'm standing here, all the town folk are watching us. We're going to draw. Okay, keep looking away. You got to make some eye contact. Draw. Draw, dog. Like a friendly pooch. Look at this place. For real. Look. What am I standing in right now? This is it's like a movie set. It's like an Old West movie set. Incredible. Behind this fence line is a small waterfall, beautiful waterfall back in here in a rock garden. Kind of shifting back the other way where I just walked from. This is looking back at the entry point where no vehicles are allowed. Those cars over there are not in the public parking. That is a private residence where there's either a storefront or maybe even apartments up there. And once again, one of the locals saying hello. I am the only one out here that I see. Just me and this dog. Nothing is open here. Hello. They do have an ATM. Oh, how's it going? All right, I found another human. And I did not bring my horse, but they do have a horse here for 50 cents that you can ride. This horse is making quite the face. I'm gonna get out of this rain. I'm gonna get out of. I have my umbrella, but I'm gonna get out of the elements. Some weeping fans right there. Okay, now there is an automobile, probably one of the other residents that's tucked away back behind there. Doesn't appear like this place is open for business. Not a lot of tourism. Now I know it is raining, and that could have a lot to do with it. There is Molly's Leather right there. But other than that, I don't really see a lot of stores through here. And I've got to find a saloon, if there's an old saloon. So next to the leather shop, this place does not look like a business, maybe a residence. And these do not have any signage saying it's a business. All of these on this side don't, that church pew there. But through here, This could have been, or possibly still is, just not open today, Henry Martin Trail. Nothing's open through here. Nothing. Even though this says differently, the general store says open. It's not open. Also a cafe, the general store and cafe. Quite the feelings right now. This is kind of unusual. I gotta be honest. It's a little unusual. It's like I've stumbled into a desolate, abandoned town, but it's a real community where people live. It's hard to explain the vibes. Sure, the rain and dreariness does not help at all. This is called the Silver Spur Saloon and Restaurant. They have fine food, casual dining, and live country music on occasions. Today is not that day. The interesting thing down at the very end by the, not this red door, but the other one down at the end of the little platform here, there is some music playing. I tried opening the door. It was completely locked. So now I'm going to pass by the dance hall signage and that fan and go past this other red door to the chicken coop back here. This says bad water, drink at the bar. Back around here is the chicken coop. Are there any chickens in here? Chickens? Okay, this says open. Even though it's not illuminated, it does spell out the word open. Obviously the chickens are something you do not want to mess with because this is stated in the chicken coop. Huh. I'm not seeing any chickens. Maybe it's just a nickname of what the chickens are. Back here is something called Beth's Trail. Okay, I'm back out in the elements again. Put this up. Beth's Trail. Now the valley is just at the end of Main Street. Down here you can see how up on like a little berm, a little area. Now somewhere around here, probably down there in the valley, was North Carolina's version of Woodstock back in the day. Happened in that valley. Thousands of people showed up and congregated down there, just past the western town, to listen to some music. You can go down this little clay pathway here, this red clay, behind the chicken coop. Now this also says Captain Chaos was here. Captain Chaos's stick figure that was drawn on the side of that window. Faintly could hear the music going from the Silver Spur bar, very faintly, but the doors are locked. And the only human I've seen was the gentleman that let his dog inside. This is the Carolina Thread Trail that way. And that is the entire distance of the Main Street town that I can see. That, as far as I can tell, that's the extent of it. This old west town where people live and not many businesses open, at least as of this moment. Here is a photo of that music festival that a lot have referred to as North Carolina's Woodstock. 3 days back in July of 1970. Many musical acts, including the Allman Brothers, and it was said by the pinnacle of the attendance, 200,000 folks were down there in the valley itself, right down in this section, stretching all through there. Now at that point, I would imagine this what I would consider now a ghost town. was full of life, full of energy. And from what I was reading online, that was not the only time. This place on occasions has quite a few people enjoying its history, horseback riding. Vendors will be out here. It's just this right now during winter time and rainy time, probably not the best as far as tourism goes. But I was in the area from my hotel. It's about an hour and 15-minute drive. I had to check this out. This place is so cool. At the end is the Jet Barker Memorial Garden here. The Barkers, of course, are responsible for creating this town. This appears to have been a windmill, and the top of the windmill there, you can see it through the foliage and the trees. The top of the windmill has been removed. Now the Thread Trail, if I'm reading this correctly, is a regional network of greenways and trails linking 15 counties in North Carolina and South Carolina. You can go ride your horses. You probably don't want to drive a car through here because you'd probably get stuck. It is very muddy with that red clay there. Okay, I'm going to try to traverse over to this side now. That's going to be, maybe I'll go over there and then kind of cut across. That's what I'm going to do. So reminiscent of the backlot at Universal Studios Hollywood 6 Points, Texas set, or maybe even the old demolished Laramie Streets at Warner Brothers in Burbank. But this is still here and a real town, an active town, one would say. Yeah, a lot of mud. Trudging through this mud, just really trying to find all the little nooks and crannies of this area. Now this does not appear to be a personal residence. People have wrote their names on the side of this window, and it's locked up right over here. And inside the window, yeah, it doesn't seem to be lived in. Such a cool experience being in here. I don't know, I just love this kind of stuff, obviously. You got the big barn right over there, the American flag on it. The Old West. Waiting for Marshall Dillon to walk right down the center of this. I think that was his name, Marshall Dillon. This appears to be a saddle shop, written right there on the side of that wood. The saddle shop. Once again, I probably am here at the wrong time of the year. That's why there are locks on the doors and no tourists. But it is open. Anyone can walk around through here. It is an active town. Technically, not a tourist attraction, even though a lot of tourists come here. There is no admission fee. It is free to just wander around. Just fascinating. Oh, I like this old seat here. Something out of like Little House on the Prairie. Can you just picture Michael Landon wandering through here? I can. Or Hoss Cartwright. Love it. I love this so much. I love it. Oh, I'm just noticing the second level of the general store appears to not be... maybe they might not let anybody up there. It's kind of crooked. I don't know if it's structurally sound. It might be. But it appears to be that there is a homestead up top there. Let me hold on to this and zoom in just a little bit. And you can see how, yeah, it's kind of slanted, that top up there. So maybe that's why the general store is not open at the moment, possibly. Also, I see some hummingbird feeders up top. Locks on pretty much every door. This is a nice seat too with the wagon wheels on it. And the horseshoe here upside down. There is a significance with an upside down or right side up horseshoe. One for good luck, one for bad luck. Let's just hope that is for good luck. That one there. I have to wonder how much it would cost to live here. I have to wonder that. Just to have a homestead in Love Valley. Isn't this giving the best vibe? Just this rain adding to it. This store says ice cream printed on the side of the wood there. And a nice little porch up top there. This is another general store as well. Oh, here we go. They have moonshine in here, or they did have moonshine in here, carved out on that wood. There's a ladder there as well. And this says, come on in, but the doors are all locked. In fact, the door knob has been taken off, so that would be very difficult to follow those protocols going on in there. There's a little decor over there of a spider web, fake spider web, but oh, this looks like a barrel you use for barrel racing with horses. And I can just picture it. You know, use your imagination like I'm doing. You just picture some barrel racing going through here, a little showdown on Main Street, kind of like that dog and I had earlier before the owner let him in to his store, Shelby's place right over there. That's a pretty good size homestead though, that whole top floor there. All right, that's it. That's the extent of Love Valley. Interesting. A little peek in one of these stores' windows at some of the products that are there. And a subtle hint at my name over here on this red wagon. ATW right there. Adam the Woo. Oh, right here is where you tie the horses up? No, you can't have the horses on the... I was thinking maybe you tie the horses up onto this, but you can't have the horses on the boardwalk. The horses will be put there. Where was the saloon? Okay, the saloon was at the end. Didn't see any of those western swinging doors. Also have the flags up there, not waving in the breeze. Not a lot of wind going through here, but the North Carolina and U.S. flag up top there. I gotta be honest, this is a lot more desolate than I was expecting. I was thinking that there would be some tourism, at least a few more locals would be wandering the streets, and some stores would be open to maybe buy a souvenir, a magnet, postcard, something like that, a t-shirt. That was not the case. That was not the case today. Here in Love Valley, North Carolina. But dang, this place is so cool. This would be a great fictional set for a TV show, modern day, about the Western times, or a movie. I'm sure it has been used in some sort of production. If it hasn't, it needs to be. That bird agrees. Look at this. Just look at what I'm witnessing right now with my own eyes. This is a real Western town in the Valley of Love in North Carolina. I'm back in my car now with the window rolled down because it feels good outside, but I just want to get out of the elements. Still in the parking lot. I think another car's pulling in, or a truck pulling in right now. Not a horse, but a vehicle. They're going to park and then probably walk down. Could be a resident. Nonetheless, take a look at the souvenir program from the Love Valley Rock Festival back in 1970. 25 cents. That is amazing. Look at that. Here's some more photographs showing there were just a few people down Main Street with those old buildings there. Look at that congregation of folks. There's the Western town right there. Considerably more people there on that day in 1970 than today. I was the only one besides the one homeowner and his dog. And here's another one, not from the concert, but from one from back in the day. The cowboys walking around with their horses and cowboy hats. Pretty dang cool. partner. There's also a little side turnoff road here, Torrey Pass, that goes down an incline before getting into the western town. So I'm going to take a left here and go down the hill. Also should reiterate that this is the off season, and I looked up online. It appears as if they did an event here in November and December, but right now it's winter, so that's why no one's here. Just a heads up, wanted to confirm that. Certain times of the year, there's definitely a lot more happening here. Just so happens I pulled through here today. Okay, got to go down this hill into the valley itself. Ooh, oh, that's a big bump. Oh, sorry, Bigfoot. Sorry about that. A little bit of a pothole there. Oh, never mind. It's a speed bump or a speed hump. One of those two speed things. There's another one. Oh. We traversed it well, Bigfoot. Now, as best I can tell, I'm standing kind of in the spot where the stage was. Granted, this is 1970, but notice this little berm up there, the old western town right over there through the clearing. And I'm going to show, so you look up here at this little ledge, this little cliff ledge, 200,000 people right here back in 1970. This is the best angle I can find. The exhaust from my car giving a little steam. It's currently 43 degrees. Not freezing, but kind of cold. But right about here, you can see was that angle from that photograph. Pretty neat to think about. The Woodstock of the South, some called it, here in North Carolina. I can even faintly see a staircase going down the side. It's pretty steep. But that entire hill is covered with people enjoying some music here in North Carolina. These horses are so cute with their little horse blankets on. I used to work at a feed store, 10, 11 years ago, one of the last jobs I ever had. Yeah, they were selling horse hay and feed and cow feed. And we sold horse blankets. People come in and buy horse blankets because horses get cold too in the elements. Okay, see you, horses. Those horses are standing right here on music history and old western town history at the top of that hill, top of the valley. Love Valley. I'm sure they probably know that. They probably know. They live here. And now back up the hill and gonna head out of Love Valley, North Carolina. It's been fun, Love Valley. Maybe I'll return one day when things are a little more happening in the on season. Possibly even stay at Miss Kitty's. There is a vacancy. Such a cool place. And as I'm departing, over here is a gentleman on a metal horse. Well, he's made of metal as well. The hitch-in rail. Customer parking only. No one parked there at the moment. Under a little bit of construction. This is right on the outskirts of that area. You can drive here. This is well, I don't want to say it's paved, but this is drivable. See some cars. So you can have an automobile through here. On the corner of Ponder Lane. Yeah, look at that. That's the name. That's the real name of it. I have been known to do some pondering in my day. I think we all have. Another Love Valley wooden sign right there. And as exiting the property, there's this signage. And that's gonna do it for today. From Love Valley, cowboy capital, here in North Carolina, back to where I started on the current corner of Wilkesboro and Mountain View, a town established in 1954. The vlog is over.